Okay, let me ask you guys something. What is better? Something that's good or something that was unexpectedly good? Because over the past few years, I've played a few games which I thought were like gonna be mid or like, maybe a 7 out of 10 at best. But then it was like really amazing. I think one of these was River City Girls. I remember I bought it when I was getting my ass beaten like Halo. I forgot. I think it was Halo Master Chief Collection, where it was 3 to 150, or was it a 9 to 150? Yeah, not even two digits. Meanwhile, the enemy team, they just steamrolled us. Actually, is that even called steamrolling? I don't know, man. It was traumatizing. Low key traumatizing. I remember it to this day. For no reason at all. I can have dementia and be like, "Oh, you must be my son. I do not remember you." And then they'd be like, "Hey, grandpa, tell me about that Halo Reach match, and I'll tell you in full detail about how it traumatized me for the rest of my life. About how the enemy was just killing me, and then when I revive, they just kill me again. And not just me, but my teammates. Over and over again. That was the worst 30 minutes of my life. Or was it 40? 35 minutes. That was the worst 35 minutes of my life. But it felt like an eternity because of how horrible it was. I got my ass handed to me in Team Fortress 2 after that. It was just not a good day, man. My body temperature was probably enough to boil water. Like if you like poured a glass of water on me, you just see steam rising from my forehead because it just all evaporated or boiled. I was really pissed that day. So I just decided to get a game. River City Girls. I mean, I knew about it because I think I played Shantae like a long time ago. And then it's like, oh, WayForward makes pretty good games. And then I saw the River City Girls trailer. And then it's like, okay, maybe some other time. Well, that was the time. And I'm glad it was. Because what did I get? Literally the best beat 'em up game I've played in my life. And I thought I thought it was that. And then they made a sequel, which is even better than the first. I am so glad that Halo Reach has traumatized me because the universe balanced that with literally the best beat 'em up game ever to exist. And another game that was unexpectedly good was A Space for the Unbound. Like I remember it was just like some 2D like puzzle game, but it was from Indonesia. I'm I when I saw that I had like very low standards, but it had all the right ingredients in the trailer to get my attention and go, "Huh, that looks pretty good." I think it used in-game music and like showed a little bit of gameplay and stuff like that. And that was like, "Huh, that looks pretty cool." I didn't expect much, okay? Because it's from Indonesia and it's just a 2D like puzzle game. How good could it be? It is one of my top 10 games of all time. I'm I'm serious. It it is low key life-changing. Like when I finished the game, that was all I talked about for 3 months. Like if you were a friend of mine, man, I feel sorry, man, if you were a friend of mine at that time. And coincidentally, I have never heard from them for quite some time after that. Oops. But that's not my point. My point is that the game had like such an amazing story. Like The story was so great. How? How? I mean, okay, it was like kind of cliche because I think another friend of mine like tried it and guessed like half the plot in like the first chapter. But at the same time, it's just the character development and the music is amazing, like very amazing. But it wasn't the fact that it was good, like oh, good story, oh, good game. Actually, the gameplay wasn't that good. Like, it's not. It's just a puzzle game. And I mean, it wasn't like story good, characters good, music good. The music's a solid 9.5 out of 10. But it's because I bought it with like low expectations. Oh, mid game. Okay? Maybe it's an indie game from Indonesia. Me saying that does not inspire much confidence, right? I literally cried at the end of the game during the credits. And then afterwards, man, all I could do was sigh like that. Like, what I went through was like, life changing. It, I was speechless. I couldn't say much. All I could do was marvel at its excellence. I mean, if I knew it was gonna be good, then I think my reaction would be like less. But because I didn't expect it to be like that good, well, that's what it maybe do. It maybe go like it just maybe wow. Yeah, that's what it made me do. Like actually. And I was also crying. And I think another game which I played. I mean, it's quite an old game, but it's an RPG maker. I'm not talking about Amori. I knew Amori was good. I mean, it was life changing, yes, but I knew it was going to be good. But one that I never expected to be good, I think, is called Midnight Train. Let me guess, never heard of it, right? Well, it's an RPG maker game. Uh, it's made by the creator of Aria's Story, I think. Do you guys know what Aria's Story is? So yeah, you can probably see why I had low expectations for Midnight Train. Because who the hell knows about Midnight Train? Well, it started off pretty weak, to be honest. I don't know why it was pretty weak. I think it just had a slow start. I mean, it did all the things right. I just don't know why it didn't click at the beginning. I think because of its pacing and stuff, it would lose a lot of people. But those but from chapter 3 onwards, it got really good. Like really good. And then the last chapter and then the ending. Oh man, I don't know why. It doesn't have any like great themes and stuff. I think the theme is more about redemption and stuff like that, but I mean, I don't know why it was so good. I mean, I didn't cry. Okay, maybe I did a little, but like it was really good, and it was free on itch.io. Of all things, free on itch.io. That kind of game got me. Wow. I mean, it was I. I mean, Arya's story. Like when I saw Manly Badass Hero play it, I also felt that way. I guess I didn't expect it to happen again. Lightning struck twice in the same spot. And I mean, I guess another game which I can add to the list is Persona 4 Golden. I mean, when I played it as a kid, it lost me, okay? It was too long and my like 11-year-old, 12-year-old brain couldn't take it, okay? Too much dialogue, too slow. Okay? I was a kid with a small attention span. I could not stick around. Okay, I played it on my cousin's PS Vita. And then it got ported to PC. And then I was like, I think a friend of mine egged me on to play it because it was on sale. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'll give it a try. And then he was like, stick around, stick around, stick around. So I was like, I mean, I played it as a kid, didn't like it, so I didn't really have high expectations for it. And might I say it is my third favorite game of all time. Yeah. I don't know how it got that high. It had like amazing music, amazing story, amazing characters, amazing gameplay. It checked all the boxes, man. It was too good, and I didn't see it coming. I literally cried at the end. My mom was in my room, and she saw me cry. Ah, yep, and I did that sigh again after I complete the game, after the credits rolled and everything. I did that sigh, the classic sigh. When the game hits really good, that's that classic sigh. So I mean, what was my point in all this? This is just like a gaming journal. Like, oh, this game made me cry because it was unexpectedly good. It just turned into that, huh? I was trying to make a point, but my autism derailed me. You know what? Maybe I'll just treat this as a trip down memory lane, remembering all those games which I thought very lowly of, and then they changed my life, I guess. And this kind of experience is hard to like come across because the thing is you have to not know that it's good. So it's like a coin toss. 50 chance? No. But that very small chance is gonna be life changing, man. Like low key.